And it's working. Do a quick test here. Hey, Trout Slayer, what's going on, man? Just getting things set up. Hey, Lake Hopper, what's going on, man? Just trying to get some stuff set up here real quick. Still getting used to this. Well, we'll see if we can make something work. Did you do any good out there squid fishing, Lake Hopper? I haven't been able to get out much. I went out Sunday, but didn't have much luck. Not much luck at all. Okay. £8. £8 worth, seriously. Dang. That's a nice haul. That's a good haul. I went out Sunday over to Pattison Lake, and it was uh, it was rough. Um, my line kept freezing to the guides on my rod, so that was challenging. I was picking ice out of my rod eyelets and out of the guides and everything, and it was super foggy. Well, it's I don't know where I think you're up north of me, but it's been foggy here all day. I was really hoping it would maybe burn off this afternoon. I could get out a little bit, but no such luck. It just it was just no good. It just socked in with fog here, but a YouTuber at a Gig Harbor, right on. That's always nice to hook up with some other people and get out there and do some fishing. So Trout Slayer, if you're available to chat a little bit here, I know you got some bites out when we all went out to American Lake. What were you getting bites on? I know you. I don't. If I remember right, you didn't catch any, but I think you got some bites. I was curious what you were using, what uh, what was working for you. Um, I was just out there for trying to get some perch, and I got some little tiny nibbles, little tiny nibbles. I think they were probably like bluegill or perch so small they couldn't get the lure in their mouth. And I tried a bunch of stuff, plastic jigs. I had worms with me. We threw a bunch of stuff. We trolled a little bit for some trout, moved to a different island, fished around that island. I just couldn't. I couldn't put it together, man. Just for the life of me, I just couldn't put it together. I think Lake Copper's buddy who was out there, if I remember right, Lake Copper, your buddy caught a couple of trout, if I remember right. Oh, 15 feet down. Oh, when we were out there trolling for trout, we were using the Rapalas, the CD5s. But you know those things only run a couple feet underwater. So, oh, you got three. Okay. Um, yeah, we weren't anywhere near 15 feet down. We were seeing them surface when we first ran into you. That area where we were at there by the small island, right in front of the launch. We were seeing a bunch surface right there. So I was thinking, we'd just troll up near the top, hoping we could pick some up. But we never got a bite trolling, not a single bite. Trout Slayer, Hoochie, Teardrop Dodger. All right, yeah. Wedding ring, okay. I thought about putting a wedding ring on too, but we didn't. We were out there for perch, so we didn't really bring a lot of our trout gear with us. Unfortunately, I probably should have. I probably just need to start packing my entire fishing arsenal on the boat, just to have it on hand. So if I need to switch it up, I can. But we were really hoping to just get some perch that day. I thought it would be. I thought it was going to be good, but man, we just couldn't pull it off. I did get out one day. I posted a short a few days ago where I'd caught a couple of nice about 2 pound trout over on Long Lake, and I caught those. Now that time I was trolling a hoochie with a Dodger, going about 10 to 15 feet down, and they weren't touching that thing. They just weren't down there. I was getting them all on the surface with the Rapalas, and they were hitting pretty good. But it's just been slow. It's a tough time of year. So, and Lake Upper, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think you had got. I don't believe you had got any fish that day, right? That we were out there at American Lake. And man, was it cold out there. About 30, 40 minutes into that trip, I couldn't feel my fingers anymore. It was that cold. Well, you were out there, but for anybody else listening, man, it was cold out there. And it was supposed to not rain, and it was, at one point, it was like sleet coming down. It was just kind of that rain mix, and that was not a good time. And the wind picked up too. It wasn't even supposed to be windy, and man, it got windy out there for a little while. It died down just as we were leaving the pulling out of there. I don't know. I think we left around 10 or 10:30 or something like that, or close to 10. But that was tough. Yeah, looking for perch, nothing, found nothing. That's something too. We were we were trolling around too. I wasn't picking up much on the sonar at all. It was like they all took a vacation and went somewhere else, because I picked up a few, but I was expecting to see some schools out there, but there was no schools out there. Not that I could find. Of course, we didn't troll the whole lake, but they must have moved somewhere else. We were checking, shallow down to, I think at one point we were like 50 or 60 feet. Just wasn't seeing them. So I did try for a little bass the other day, 3-4 days ago. Haven't figured out the bass in December yet, and it's too late now. So I'm not going to figure them out this year, but starting tomorrow, we'll keep working for some bass. And we chase everything. We'll be chasing bluegill and perch and trout and crappie and bass and everything else. So hopefully we can put something together. But yeah, that's just the way it is, I guess. I don't know. I did run into some other people at the boat launches and stuff, and talked to them, and everybody's kind of singing the same song. As they just haven't figured out what the magic lure is, what's the magic combination that they're really biting on. Or the other thing I was thinking about too was, are we trolling too fast? Are we trolling too slow? What are, because I know sometimes that makes a big difference too, but I haven't figured that out yet. So, oh well. What's everybody's plans for 2026? I'm really curious about that. I would like to know what people are planning on doing for this year, and also what did people do this year that did you get out as much as you were hoping to, or no? Going slow, yeah. Trout Slater says he was going slow, yeah. Yeah, we were bouncing between 1 and 1.3 miles an hour, and that's where I picked up the trout like the day or two prior over at Long Lake. I was trolling fairly slow, and they were. I get you were going for kokanee, but even the trout, I was going slow, and they were hitting the rapalas. But um, back to the bass thing real quick. Lake Hopper, shaky head, and the drop shot. For the life of me, I might have said this last week, but I still have not caught a freshwater fish on a drop shot, and that's probably my fault because I don't have confidence in it yet because I just don't have a lot of luck. Now, when we were out doing um, flounder fishing, we drop shot those, and that works really well. But I do need to I need to just take a day in this cold weather like this and just put a drop shot on. And you're right, you got to find them first. Maybe just turning on the sonar and running around the lake, see if we can figure out exactly where they're hanging out. But um, they got to be out there somewhere. I mean, I know they are. They don't go away. So it's got to figure them out. So other than that, man, um, I don't know much else. It's just been really slow. So this weather's not been helping. I was really hoping to actually get out a lot more, but you guys know this weather's been it's been rough. It's been real rough. So let's see here. I was hoping to get the chat to work today, but this chat thing just, I mean, I can see your guys' chat. I was hoping to be able to put it on the screen, but for whatever reason it evades me sometimes. I just haven't figured out this software yet. Yeah, glue your face to the fish finder. Yeah, I think you're right too. I think you just got to get out there and just stare at that screen and just start driving around the lake until you find something. I think you're absolutely right. Trout Slayer's been cleaning your backyard. Yeah, man, I hear you after the storm damage. Um, that's no fun. I got a whole bunch of sticks that blew down here. They're still in my yard. I need to go out there and pick them all up and break them down and take them to the yard to the waste place, and it's such a mess. I should just they're branches. I don't know. They're some of them are pretty good size. I'd probably just cut them up and burn them in my fireplace. Probably the easiest thing to do. I'm gonna. I think my plans for the year are I'm gonna just try to do New Lake. So that was the first time I was out on American Lake. It was unfortunate that we didn't have a lot of luck, but it's fine too. So not really a big deal. But yeah, too bad, man. Too bad for Trout Slayer. Stay home and do chores. I get it though. We've been doing chores all day today. So well, not really chores. We're remodeling the master closet, the master bedroom, and sometimes you just got to take a break and get the necessary things done. So oh well. Uh, I'd like to plan a trip this year to the east side, one or two maybe, but my plan is to get. Oh, you have a rooftop tent. Oh, interesting. I got a buddy of mine who lives down in Utah, uh, Logan down there. I think he had. I don't know if he still has it, but he had one of those. Those look pretty cool. Um, they actually look like they work better than I thought, which would be I don't know. They'd be fun. It's super convenient, just be able to pop that thing out and still tow your trailer and everything. That's one thing. I have a fifth wheel, but if I take my fifth wheel, then I can't uh, I can't tow my boat. So that's kind of a pain. But yeah, But I definitely want to do some east side stuff this year. Get over to like Potholes, Soda Lake. Um, there's a and I want to hit it in the spring too when the walleye start spawning. I want to get out there during that time and chase some walleye pretty hard actually. And I do have some good. I fished it before. I've had some pretty good luck with. Hey, Don's on here. What's going on, Don? Yeah, no, I'll definitely count you in for sure. Absolutely. In fact, I'll let all you guys know when we're gonna head over there because you know when the walleye are spawning, you'll find them in different areas. I know they kind of run up a little bit shallow. Outdoors in the PNW. What's going on, man? Welcome. Yeah, you're late. Don't worry about it. I'm surprised anybody's here. It's New Year's Eve. I thought you guys would all be out partying. Here I am sitting in my office drinking coffee. And I'm not complaining because I'm not out there with the crazy people. Oh. What Lake Hopper says I want to try that lake one day. What lake are you talking about? Oh, Lake Taps. Sorry, I didn't see Trout Slayer's comment there. Yeah, Lake Taps. Uh, yeah, we're definitely going to do Lake Taps, and we've got to chase those muskies, man. I've got to get myself a tiger muskie, so that'd be pretty cool. Yeah, the fog. We were just talking about the fog. Ridiculous amounts of fog here. I can't hardly see my neighbor's house across the street. It's so thick out there. It's pretty bad. If he didn't have his Christmas lights on, I wouldn't be able to see his house. But yeah, Lake Taps. What's that other lake? Mayfield Lake. I want to get down to Mayfield Lake this year and give that a run and see if we can find some of those muskies down there too. I really want to try steelhead fishing. My boy and I, Cody, we went over and got bought a bunch of stuff for steelhead, and I know that they're just starting to. Steelhead's just kind of kicking into gear right now, and my understanding is it kind of peaks around February. It is kind of when it really gets rolling. So let's see here. Yeah, relaxing with the fog. The nuts are wild on I-5. Yeah, they are. Yeah, there are nuts everywhere today. They're already. I can hear them in the distance right now. People are out here shooting off fireworks. But Rife Lake, yeah, Rife Lake would be good. I wouldn't. I would like to do Rife Lake. That's where they've got I believe, landlocked coho. Is it landlocked coho? Is that what I'm thinking of? I think it is. Um, yeah, that would be. That would be fun to go down there and chase those. I bet those are good eating fish too. I bet they'd be really good. Let's see. Oh yeah, Don, you're down there by the ocean. I bet the fog is thick down there. Yep, landlocked coho. Yeah, yeah. I don't think they get real big. Everything I've seen on them, they're kind of like about the size of uh, like a stalker trout. From what I've seen, anyways, I've never seen anybody catch anything big, but that would be a hoot to go catch some of those and good eats too. I absolutely love salmon. I know Trout Slayer or no Lake Hopper. I heard rumors that you don't like salmon, so maybe we can't be friends anymore. Who doesn't like salmon? Is there any truth to that? Or is Trout Slayer just starting bad rumors? So yeah, I want to do that. I got to figure out some areas on the rivers to go try for some steelhead. Get out there and uh, I know Don here's probably got some ideas on where to go. I know the Winucci. I just got to figure out. I was looking at the game regs and they're just ridiculous. Well, you can fish from here to here and there to there, and It's like, oh, don't pass the brown stump on the left. You've gone too far. It just gets it gets really hard to figure out where to go fish for these things, where you can legally do it and where you can't. You only like the salmon heads. Okay, we can still be friends, kind of. 14 to 15 inch. Hey, that's not bad size. That's actually a little bit bigger than I thought for the landlocked coho. That's decent. I thought they were more like the little 11, 12 inchers, but 14, 15. That's all right. Well, I'd eat those. Shout out to my step bros and all the new people I met this year. We should camp out at Potholes 2026 like a weekend trip during the summer. 100%. Let's do that because, I've always stayed at Mardon. I've never stayed at the state park, but I've heard the state park there, which is just on the north side of the Mardon Resort, is a good place. I've seen the boat ramp and everything there. I've fished in front of it, but let's do that. That would be a really fun trip. For sure. Don, definitely. All right, hook me up, brother. Just send me something on a map that says fish here. Lake Sylvia. I always wanted to try that lake, but I need to buy a kayak first because that lake, along with a couple other lakes down in that area, you can't put a motor on. So, unfortunately, I can't take my boat out there, and I don't really want to fish from the shore. I mean, I will. I'm not totally against it, but Lake Hopper, game for some potholes, weekend camping. Yeah, I would prefer to do, like, if it's possible, I wouldn't mind taking an extra day or two off and making just kind of an extended trip out there, because what I used to do is go out right at first light, like barely light outside, and I'd go rattlesnake hunting, and we've got a bunch of rattlesnake skins, and they're everywhere out there, everywhere. So if you're into that kind of thing, but if you walk anywhere around the seep lakes like Coral Lake and stuff, you'll find rattlesnakes. So, in fact, that was Cody in 2019. He shot a rattlesnake with his pistol. So I've got another picture down there of, oh man, my chair. Of course, I'm live. Good grief. Well, my chair broke. Anyways, yeah, so there's a lot of things that you can do out there. So I've done a little bit of rattlesnake hunting, and then I fish. I'll go out for like a half an hour and do some rattlesnake hunting, and then I'll go fishing for a couple hours, 2, 3, 4, 5 hours. And then the heat of the day comes, the fishing a lot of times turns off, especially if it starts getting hot out there. And then I go back out in the evenings. You eat rattlesnakes. I've tried it. It tastes like a snake, but the skins are cool. You're scared of snakes. Oh, come on, man. Just don't go walking through the desert. You'll be fine. Yeah, that's a big snake. He was a big snake, for sure. Salmon fishing this fall. Yeah. I need to get... it's too bad this year coming up here isn't a pinch year. I had an absolute blast going out with Blake over at Washington Fish Quest, and we limited in, like, it was just barely over an hour, and we had a limit in the boat. So that was really cool. We each had a limit, so four fish. But yeah, good belts. Yeah, snakes make good belts, and hat bands too if you wear that style of hat. So outdoors in the PNW, yeah, the Satsup. that would be a. So I used to live out by Schaefer State Park. If anyone knows where that's at, I lived just down the road. In fact, I shot my biggest buck I ever shot right out by that park, and I caught my first salmon just on the downstream side of the park. We actually went into the park and then hiked down the river a little ways. I don't know if that spot's still open or not, but if you know where to fish the Satsop, then I would be definitely down to learn some areas. I just don't, I do know how. I'm certainly no pro at it, and it's been years since I've done it. But I know the basics of salmon fishing out in the rivers, but I don't know the spots anymore. Some of the areas, I'm dating myself now, 30 years ago, where I used to fish, people have bought up the property and built houses, so I can't, a lot of those spots are just gone. Most of your spots are there. Okay. Yeah, and Don there, in the Winooch, the Nooch is your home waters too, I know. The South Curves. That's, I haven't spent a lot of time fishing the Winoochie, but definitely have got some experience on the Satsop River and the Stillwater, which runs into the Satsop River. I think it's still called the Stillwater. It used to be years ago. Used to catch them in there. I've heard of a lot of people catching steelhead out of there too. So, Trout Slayer, have a good one, man. Catch up with everybody later, definitely. The PNW knows where the curves are too. I don't know where the curves are. I bet you if somebody pointed to them on a map, I'd go, oh, okay, I know what you're talking about now. But just saying it, I don't know exactly what you're talking about. But like I said, I've been all over that river. So, but yeah, steelhead. A lot of people call it that and many other fish, the fish of 1,000 casts. So, I would definitely like to catch a steelhead. I've never fished. I can't say never. My grandpa years and years ago, I was a little kid, took me out steelhead fishing in Nisqually, and of course we didn't catch anything. We were just down there kind of by the mouth at the bridge over I-5. But we didn't even get a bite, and nobody was catching anything. I don't even know if they were running. I think maybe he just took me out there to go fishing for the sake of fishing, but which is cool. Nothing wrong with that. The mouth of Decker is good. Okay. I have heard where other creeks and stuff kind of dump into the main arteries of the rivers can be good areas. A lot of food flows down through those little waterways and stuff, the little creeks and spillways and things. So that would kind of make sense if it was in that area. And I did see Decker on the map, so I do have an idea where that one is. And there's another one too. Is it Blue Creek or I forget the name of it now. Sorry about that. Oh, my camera follows me. How cool. Yeah. Hey, man. Stay in touch. Let's do something later, man. But yeah, good seeing you here, and we'll catch up. So let's see. We've been running almost a half an hour already here. I've just been blabbing for a half an hour. So I'm going to let everybody run. I just wanted to say Happy New Year to everybody, and thanks for joining us and following the channel, and learned a lot from a lot of you guys out there too. So it's been a fun year. Been a fun year for sure. I'm definitely going to get out more though and learn some new spots and try some new baits and try some new poles. I got some new poles I want to get out there on the water with, so test them out. Bought some new St. Croix poles here. I've actually had them for a few months, but yeah. All right, guys. Well, and gals or whoever's here, you guys take care. Happy New Year, everybody, and we'll see you here